let's tell ourselves the clear truth. There are some times that I want to read, but my body is weak. They say the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. There are a lot of times it has happened to me, it has happened to you, and it has happened to a lot of students like us, where you actually want to study, but you don't feel like. And I want to let you know that you are not alone. Just like I've said that it has happened to me, I want to let you know that you are not alone. But I'm also going to show you how I also study even when I don't feel like I don't feel like, but I will also study. And I'm not just studying for 5 minutes. I'm going to study for a long period of time, and I will still understand what I have read. And that is what I will show you in this video. If this is your first time of watching my videos or coming across my channel, my name is Basi Ejogba. I'm a 400 level student in the University of Calabar studying medical laboratory science. In my channel, I teach students how to level up their academic game. I also share tips where you can apply to study smarter and not just harder. And to crown it all, we also talk about scholarship opportunities in Nigeria and also in abroad. So if you love content like this, please don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button so that I can continue getting updates anytime I drop videos like this, and so that it can also help me grow. And in this video, just like I've said, I'm going to show you ways in which you can study even when you don't feel like. Number one on the list is you have to shift your mindset. You know, a lot of times that you want to actually want to study, but you don't feel like. The thing here now boils down to your mindset. A lot of people have this mindset of motivation. When you don't feel like, you tend to go and start motivating yourself, start watching videos of motivational videos, actually start listening to motivational talks. It actually helps, but for how long will you continue listening to motivational quotes or motivational talks before you start reading? You get? So for how long? That is why I believe in the principle of action before motivation. Now the more you continue feeding yourself with motivation, the more, I don't know, you're actually going to read, but your brain will be wired that you must listen to motivation before you start studying. So how I do it is that I just have to start. That has always been my principle. Just start. The moment you start, the motivation to read will come along. So you don't need motivation before action. You need action before the motivation to keep you ahead. The moment you start, you get to find out that continue getting motivated to push to cover up a lot of topics. So you have to shift your mindset from the mindset of motivation before action, but action before motivation. Just start reading, and you get to find out that there is no how where you will now close the book and say you don't want to longer read. As far as you have buried yourself in that book, you get to find out that you see yourself flowing. The second on the list is that I also use the 2-minute rule. The 2-minute rule, I don't know for you, but that is just how I want to call it, or that's how I call it, the 2-minute rule. You can call it another name, but the 2-minute rule is that I can tell myself, okay, I want to just study for 30 minutes. You get? I just want to study for 30 minutes. And I carry my book and I start reading. When it's up to that 30 minutes, there's no how I can stop. Like, just like the motivation, the action before the motivation. The moment I start reading, you understand? I'm not telling myself that I want to read for 4 hours. I want to tell myself that I want to read and cover up all the books. What I just tell myself is that, or what I told myself is that I want to read for only 30 minutes. You get? But the moment it gets to that 30 minutes, you still see yourself that you continue flowing. So that rule is known as a 2-minute rule. That 2-minute rule is going to trick your brain, just like I've dropped in one of my videos. It's going to trick your brain to start studying immediately, even when you don't feel like studying. It's going to trigger your brain to start studying immediately, and you can build up from the way you can also continue pushing your studies from 30 minutes to 1 hour, from 1 hour to 1 hour 30 minutes to 2 hours, until the time you're going to feel tired and you close your book. At least you have been able to achieve something. The third on the list also, which I do, is to set up my environment. Thank God I'm living in a student environment, so everyone understands. But for some people who are staying in the hostels where there's a lot of noise, and you get to find out that some people are staying close to the bus stop, you get to find out that there are a lot of noise. One of the first things is that you have to change your environment. You cannot read in a distractive environment, so you have to cut off every distraction. And you cannot go to the park and tell motors not to park or to stop driving along. So what you just have to do is that you have to change your environment. You can also use a noise cancelling headphones, which will really help you focus on your studies. If your table is scattered make sure you decluttered your table. Keep only the books that you'll be reading at that particular time in your table. So setting your environment also plays a role, because the moment you set your environment, your brain, you get to find out that you are using a noise cancelling headphone, you have arranged your table. You get to tell your brain that be active, be ready, it's time for studies. There's nothing like joke, you get. So by setting up your environment, it's going to also send a message to your brain and tell your brain to be active. And when your brain is active, your body will be active, and you will study even when you don't feel like. The fourth on the list is that you have to reward yourself. Normally you don't feel like studying, so the best way is that you can go and buy yourself snacks, where you say, okay, if I can read for 1 hour, I'm going to eat this, or if I can read for 1 hour or 2 hours today, I'm going to take myself to Crunchies, I'm going to take myself to Spar to get a new shoe, to get a new clothes. It's going to motivate you, it's going to give you this sense of ginger, you get, to continue reading. So by rewarding yourself after every reading sections, it's going to really help you. There was something I saw where someone had to buy biscuits and was keeping it in every chapters of the textbook. That means if you will be able to read from the other chapter to a new chapter, is going to eat the biscuits there, and if you read to a new chapter, is going to eat the biscuits there. So you can apply that techniques when you don't feel like studying, because it's going to really help you, because our brain love reward. So by rewarding yourself after every session study will really help you study even when you don't feel like studying. The fifth on the list is that using of peer pressure. Now when I say peer pressure, you might be thinking of negative. No, when this particular aspect is using a positive peer pressure, I also employ it, which I also want you to also employ in this video. When I don't feel like to study, I call my friend. What's up now, fun? Waiting they do now, more read now. You get, my friend will say okay, let's start reading. And the moment you start reading, you get, maybe every 30 minutes we'll try to call and say, Alpha, are you still active? You get. So that is peer pressure. Not that I'm actually being forced to read, but the pressure is there that guy got to read because your friend is also reading, your friend is also active. That is why it's good to make good friends, because they say, show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. So these are the various methods which I apply to study even when I don't feel like studying. The first one on the list is that we have to shift our mindset to action before motivation. The second is the 2-minute rule, which I just gave. The 2-minute rule, you can make it, you can call it any name that you want. The third is that you have to set your environment. The fourth is that you have to reward yourself, and the fifth is that you have to make good use of peer pressure. So these are just the various tips which you can apply to study even when you don't feel like. So if you love this video, don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button so you can continue getting updates anytime I drop videos like this, and so that you can also help me grow. Don't forget to share these videos to your friends so that they can come here and also get value, and to help me push my channel and this particular videos to a lot of people or students who will love videos like this. Please don't forget to hit on the like button to trick the algorithm to push my video. Drop it also in the comment section which method you are going to try out first, and also tell me any academic challenges that you are facing, and I'll be glad to help you address it in my subsequent video, or we can hop on a call if it is that serious. Until I see you in my next video, remember that you're wonderful, remember that you're unique, and remember that you're a pace setter. I really love you.